going on? I'm new.
Yes, this is Daveed Fennery. He is new. He's a new part of Pop Culture Pros for our very specific PCP for our Broadway coverage.
So cool.
Yes, for our pro shots going on all the streaming services and for the main movie musicals coming up this year. It's very exciting.
Amazing stuff. I mean, Diana the musical coming to Netflix, and of course, what we're here to talk about today, Come From Away, live on Apple TV Plus. Which, I mean, if you think about it, pro shots have been happening for so long, which
a lot of people don't really know about.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely had a resurgence, but Stephen Sondheim used to film all of his shows, so there are professionally filmed versions of every single Stephen Sondheim musical, Into the Woods, Sweeney Todd, Company, many versions of Company.
Right, which you know the movie versions of anyway.
Yeah, yes. And there is a live filmed version of Gypsy. I mean, there's a few versions of Gypsy, but Gypsy with
Natalie Wood.
Well, that's in the movie, but with Dolores Umbridge.
From Harry Potter.
What's her name? Oh,
I'm not sure.
I forgot her name, but they did a production in the West End. She played Mama Rose, and they filmed it.
Yeah, amazing.
So, and you know, of course, Hamilton, Disney Plus
from last year, 4th of July.
Rent filmed live on Broadway. Oh Hello live on. So these
Shrek the musical, all the above.
Netflix, and what's cool is Radical Media, who produced Come From Away.
One of the production
companies that produced it, along with Junkyard Dog Productions. Radical Media produced Shrek the Musical, Rent filmed live on Broadway, Oh Hello, Hamilton. So they're known for this kind of thing. And Come From Away, it was such a really well done pro shot.
It was. And of course, we are coming to you from New York City, and 9/11, the 20th anniversary of 9/11 is tomorrow. So It is, well, I have to say, I am very happy. This is coming out on Apple TV. It is out today. You'll probably see this
September 10th.
It'll probably,
whenever you watch
when this is released, it'll probably be on September 11th, 2021. So I'm just very pleased that it is coming out now. On the original Broadway cast of Come From Away.
A lot of the original Broadway cast.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be performing at the Lincoln Memorial.
Well, so
tonight.
Different company members from a few of the different companies are like getting together, and tonight they're performing on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. I don't think it's this exact cast that performed, but even the cast that was featured on Come From Away on Apple TV, it's a mix of mostly the actors that were slated to come back to Broadway, which does include a lot of the original Broadway cast members. The woman who played Beulah, the woman who played Beulah, the woman, the guy who played the mayor, the guy who played Kevin T, who also played Ali, who was the Muslim guy. They're all original Broadway cast members. Jen Colella, who originated the role of Captain Beverly Bass. She was original Broadway cast, but Rachel Tucker, who's from London, she was playing Captain Beverly Bass and others.
We know this is a little bit confusing, so you can kind of break it down a little bit.
So but she couldn't come from England to do this filming, so they brought Jen Colella back to do it, but she's not planning to
I'm happy that she's back.
Yeah, I mean, she was phenomenal. I mean, talk about she was soaring on all of those beautiful high notes, and she's such a great actor.
Yes.
She's so good.
So I know all these names may mean something to you. They may not mean anything to you yet, but they will. So, one thing to talk about first, just with Broadway musicals and then having pro shots and also movie musicals in general, there is so much overlap. And I don't think I introduced myself to you. So I'm Gia Doxy. I've been with PCP and formerly Citizen Sports Talk since 2014, because I actually started with Jersey Boys for the 2014 movie directed by Clint Eastwood. That's how I got my start here with you all. And Daveed and I actually host a Jersey Boys podcast. It's the deepest dive into the Broadway show, the Tony Award-winning musical, and the movie directed by Clint Eastwood. So for me, I am definitely more the film person. Daveed knows everything about Broadway, and our lives kind of merged together. I'm learning a lot more.
So am I.
But yes. So to really just bring the worlds together, the main thing to know is that if you know specifically British actors, they really got their start in theater. A lot of film actors do. And you're always going to see that overlap. Whenever like there was like a huge Broadway show that people know, there was probably a movie from it in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Big time.
And there's always going to be some kind of connection.
Diane Keaton got her start on Broadway.
She was
Big
in
shot,
Hair.
Diane Keaton.
Yep, Annie Hall. We were actually just watching Annie Hall tonight. So that's one thing, really important thing to know. So even if you're not a Broadway buff, know that they're in a lot of stuff that you've seen. You might just not know it yet.
Yeah.
So if you look on their IBDB, I know we're on the IMDb, you'll see their Broadway credits, their West End
IBDB,
credits.
Internet Broadway database.
Yes.
It won't show West End, I don't think.
It
It'll
should.
show- It'll show Broadway
No?
and touring.
Okay,
and
I'm
I don't
sorry.
think it will show West
I'm
End.
sorry. See, I suck.
No,
So
no, you're good.
well, just it's just really important to know that, and please never think that I'm not a Broadway person. I'm not this. I'm not that. The reason why these pro shots are being done and why there's live shows back on NBC. This was something that started decades ago, and now it's coming back for a reason, and it's to document these incredibly beautiful shows. And there would not be movies without theater. Theater is the oldest form of entertainment, and they really do go hand in hand. They don't have to be competitors. It's
And
true.
imagine, I mean, so many people weren't able to see Hamilton and wanted to see Hamilton with Lin-Manuel Miranda, the original Broadway cast.
Yeah.
Now you can watch it.
Now it's
you can watch
accessible.
it's so
With,
like
yeah.
pro shots are just one of the most amazing things in
Right.
the world. I mean, but
Yeah,
it can be hard though. It can be because it's like you can't replace being in the theater live because no two live, and as you guys probably know, no two live performances are ever the same. So this was one experience captured by this audience on this night with these musicians playing this score, reciting these lines, and that's it. So it can be, I understand why people like, I sometimes have a hard time watching pro shots because like I watch so much live theater, but this one was so
It was
well
excellent.
done. They
Yeah.
edited it from several filmings. I know they brought a live audience in with masks for one live performance. They filmed it over the course of like a week.
I'm not exactly sure the timeline, but according to Variety, it was several performances that they did in order to get this pro shot done with over 10 cameras. So what's interesting from the filmmaking perspective is that the lighting is insane. And also with us, there are a lot of overlaps with Jersey Boys. So Howell Bankley, who passed away last year, he did the lighting for Come From Away, also for Jersey Boys and for Hamilton, every main show. When you watch this, it's going to be beautiful to look at. And for the plot, I'm sure you're curious, what is this about? You might have heard that Come From Away is the quote unquote 9/11 musical, which sounds terrible. So what it really is about this group of people in Newfoundland in Canada. And it's about 38 planes that were diverted on 9/11 and they had to land
over 7,000 people.
Yes, 7,000 people had to land in Canada.
In Gander. A little town in Newfoundland.
Yes, where only 5,000 people lived in this town or village or whatever it is in Canada. And they took care of 7,000 people and they put them, at a university. They would pray in libraries, people from all walks of life. And it shows stories of different people from everywhere.
Love stories, romance. There's a story of a woman whose son was a firefighter
in New York
during 9/11. And she doesn't know if he's alive, doesn't know if he's what. And
it's about the animals that were stuck on the plane, for example. So because they treated every plane coming from the United States as a bomb threat. So all of the animals that were stuck on the plane for days, and then thankfully one of the women who was helping, she was able to get them out and try to take care of them. Like there was a pregnant monkey,
rare chimpanzee that gave birth.
Yes, and it's true.
Unfortunately, the baby didn't make it.
Which, spoiler alert, sad
Oh.
time. But here's the thing: we're used to talking about a show, and like when people listen to our Jersey Boys podcast, it's because they know the show and it's very niche. With you guys, we're going back to the no spoilers. So, long story short, it is a beautiful combination of so many stories of the people that landed in Gander on September 11th, and they were there for a few days before they can eventually finally get home. And it's a beautiful way of 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 discussing of course the severity of 9/11, of course, never forget, but it's done in a way that pulls at your heartstrings, which you need to have, well, I believe, every year on the anniversary. But it has, it's heartwarming, it's funny,
It's
the music is
sweet.
gorgeous.
Beautiful music, a
And
lot
it's
of
not,
beautiful themes
yeah,
coming back,
Mhm.
interwoven. The musicians are playing on stage. You get to see
Yeah,
them come
really
into
cool.
it's
It really is, it's kind of like a concert, not like other shows, but it's not your song and dance musical. So if that's not your thing,
This is-
Scott Peterson, then this is
so
for you.
raw. This is so raw.
It's simply a story, and with the way the choreography is done with Kelly Devine, she
Kelly Devine.
choreographed the show. It's a very small cast, and they play multiple characters. It's very easy to follow, though.
They play over 60 characters.
It's pretty wild. It's not overwhelming, I promise. It's very
and the
simple.
way and they it's an ensemble cast. There's no main character, there's no main actor, lead actor. You see them, they're suddenly playing one group of people, the lights change, and suddenly they're another group of people.
Right.
And the accent work, the dialect work is impeccable.
Yeah. So
really great.
No matter what aspect of entertainment you're interested in the most, whether it's acting, directing, lighting, camera work, it's all fascinating to see. And it's great because and here's where it does get controversial. For example, with Hamilton, of course, I'm the biggest Lin-Manuel Miranda fan. I love him so much. But there is the question of, should this be nominated as a movie? Yes or no? Like, 'cause it wasn't intentionally made for
I think
film.
it's gonna get, but I think it's gonna. I think
It'll be recognized.
maybe Emmys. I think
agree.
I think something like this is for Emmys.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe more than an Oscar or a Golden Globe nomination, because you also could get into.
But Hamilton got those Golden Globe noms, right?
Right, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So these pro shots are definitely changing the game.
Yeah.
Yes, and so in Jersey Boys, we're gonna have hopefully around Christmas time. So that maybe that's here. Sorry, I think it's a mess over here.
Kelly Devine, who choreographed "Come From Away," was also one of the dance supervisors for Jersey Boys.
So we always know we're gonna plug Jersey Boys. It's the greatest thing in the world. But "Come From Away" really is a beautiful show, and I hope that it's part of the curriculum for,
oh my God, please,
honestly, for every single grade in school. I think
mandatory watching.
I agree. It should be Hamilton, and not Hamilton for 4th of July, of course, but just for American history, "Come From Away" should definitely be shown as intensely as Hamilton is in the curriculum these days.
The composers of the show, the way they got the idea, they were commissioned to do this piece. They went to Gander for the 10th anniversary of the 38 planes, and they interviewed 10 people, and these people were either directly reflected in the show as their characters, and some people were modified and put together and stuff. But when you watch the pro shot at the end in the credits, you'll see the actors with some of their real life counterparts.
Yeah,
really cool.
So it's all based on a true story. And
watch "Come From Away" on Apple TV Plus. It will be one of a beautiful theater going experience that you can enjoy from your computer.
Yes, and
your
put it on your
smart
TV. And of course, to quote our sign off for Stream Wars Pro that I do with Nardo and David, if you need a login, let us know.
Thank you, Steve Faraci, for
Faraci. Is it Farace?
Farace, sorry.
Or Farace.
Steve, whatever it is.
How the fuck do you pronounce your last name?
Let us
for
know.
7 years.
Leave a DM.
I like Farace Ventura. I think that's
Ventura.
that's what I think.
Thank you for letting us watch it. Giving us a screener. And
watch "Come From Away."
Watch it. It's so good.
Watch it. Watch whatever footage you usually watch every year. Watch something new discoveries that they found in different documentaries about that tragic day, and then also watch "Come From Away." So highly recommend. We wish you all the best. We of course we're here in New York, so we're praying, and it's
I work downtown, so I'm gonna try to sneak out of work and
stay safe. Yeah,
go to see it.
yeah, but God bless
God
America.
bless America.
And
God
thank
bless you.
Yes, and thank you for the creators of Come From Away for creating this way of documenting history through theater
Irene
and film.
Sankoff, David Hine, who composed it, Christopher Ashley directed it.